like to talk about our combined 3 sitcoms.
Our 3 favorite shows.
Do you want to lead this off, or do you want me to?
I'm going to lead it off, and I'm starting off with the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail, yeah.
The Sign, baby. The Sign. Seinfeld, that's my favorite show.
I hate that we're starting off with Seinfeld, because where do we go from there? You know what I mean? Like, it's
we probably should have started with the least best. Look, I base my whole personality on Seinfeld. I speak a certain way because of Seinfeld. I talk to people that I've never met based on Seinfeld. You know what I mean? Like, I steal Seinfeld jokes all the time. I just straight rob them.
Yeah.
All the time. Or, I mean, it's a reference. It's an homage. It's because I'm a fan. I seen, my wife Sabina and I, we got to see Jerry perform twice. We saw him in Houston. Well, we saw him in Austin here. And then about 2 or 3 months later, I think, we saw him in Houston. Mm-hmm. It was basically the exact same set.
Yeah.
It was a little different, but it was basically the same set. But I would have gone 3 more times.
Yeah, he's one of those for sure.
Yeah. He's my favorite stand-up. He's my favorite comedian, and it's my favorite sitcom.
What else do you want to say about
Seinfeld? Changed my life.
Yeah.
I mean, what can I say? You know, Seinfeld changed my life, dude.
Like, I love Seinfeld to death. It's not my top 3 of all time.
I understand that. It is a spiritual thing for me.
Yeah.
I don't say God bless you to people when they sneeze because of Seinfeld. and that's true. I'm not trying to be funny. I don't say bless you when people sneeze. I don't, and I won't. And I haven't for the last 10 years.
Because
of Seinfeld. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you're just going to have to go watch.
Yeah, go watch the whole series. I mean, it's just one of those shows. Although it has changed my life to some extent. My dog's name is Bane. And I call him Banya all the time
because of Seinfeld.
Because of Kenneth Banya on Seinfeld.
You know what? This coffee is the best.
Yeah,
the best Jerry.
The best Jerry. Yeah. You know, like you sent me a message the other day, and you just wrote the best Jerry, the best. You know, and which was so weird because you sent me this record that I care nothing about.
I sent him a picture.
Why are you sharing this with me?
I went through. I just moved, so I set up my turntable and I set my speakers. Yeah. Anyways, and I was setting up my turntable and I wanted to make sure it sounded right, and I picked a record and I went through and tried to pick a good record for the first one to play. And I picked the 59 Sound by Gaslight Anthem, which is, honest to God, I'd put it in my top 10 records of all time. Like, it's an easy top 10 for me. The 59 Sound, Gaslight Anthem.
I feel
bad for people who don't like. I feel bad for you, dude.
I'm rolling my eyes a little bit, but I don't mean to say that I don't like that. I don't.
You don't think that they suck, or
I don't think that they suck. I just don't listen to
them.
But
I know that he doesn't care for them, so I mess with him. I send him a picture of me holding the jacket, I said the best Jerry.
It sounds like the singer for the Killers singing Springsteen songs.
Yeah, and it really does. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was like, why are you sharing this with me? But anyways,
I mess with him. Okay, so we got Seinfeld on the board.
Yeah, I really don't feel like I have much more to add after you talk about Seinfeld.
All right, so that's fair enough. But I'm gonna let you lead with the number 2.
Okay. Well, So let's talk about Frasier. Frasier is the most criminally underrated sitcom of all time. Yeah.
It's criminal.
To me, it's the best. I'm sorry.
That's not fair.
It's not my favorite sitcom.
That's fair.
But I think it's the best written sitcom of all time. Because it stays funny from one to done. It is always
But also,
hilarious.
Frasier has something that Seinfeld doesn't have. And it has relationships, and it has heart, and it has those sad moments that you want out of a sitcom. Seinfeld doesn't really offer that, which is what makes it so great. You know?
It has Niles.
And Niles is just the best ever.
What's
the actor's name? David, what's his name?
David
Hyde Pierce.
David Hyde Pierce, there you go.
Oh my God.
Unbelievable. He does like some physical comedy every once in a while.
I didn't get into Frasier.
Which is some of like my favorite episodes.
I didn't get into Frasier until you and Jordan got me into Frasier.
Yeah.
Which is probably at this point 5-6 years ago now. And man, if you don't watch Frasier, It's the same thing I was just saying about Gaslight Anthem. If you don't watch Frasier, I feel bad for you.
Yeah, everybody
because
talks about Seinfeld.
Your life is suffering.
Everyone talks about Seinfeld. Everyone talks about Friends. And now everybody talks about The Office.
And I love people's thing when they say about, I'm not going to watch Frasier, they're so bougie.
You know, it's like, it's
like,
a show.
Duh.
It's a show.
They're bougie. They're the only two. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Everyone on the entire universe of Frasier is laughing at them. That's what the show is about. These two extremely bougie guys in a non-bougie world. I hate that word bougie, but it's like, that's what the show is about. These two ridiculous men living in a regular world.
And I think the love story between like Niles and Daphne, the way that plays out, they make it last.
Yeah.
They make it last. I think so few sitcoms do that. At the end of the first season, the two characters that they're trying to have all this chemistry together, they've already pushed them together by the end of the first season. Yeah. It's such a huge mistake
when
sitcoms made.
Frasier was on in 1992,
it took them 7 seasons.
Yeah, in 1992 when Frasier was on, I think people were a little more patient. Now we're living in the internet age. People get instant results. I don't know if you could really pull that off now.
In every show,
7 seasons for Jim and Pam to get together. Would you have dealt with that?
No, yes, I would have, because as soon as they did get together, as soon as Jim and Pam did get together, the show suffered immensely.
That's a
fair
They
argument. Went from becoming the world's most favorite couple to the world's least liked couple.
But look at the world we live in. Look at younger people than us. Are they going to be into that?
And then I also think they married them off too quickly. Like,
I'm not a big Office guy. I love The Office.
Do not get me wrong. I love it, but I just think that the show took a nosedive. You know, but obviously, like the seasons 2 through 6 of that show are probably some of the best written sitcom of all time. We're talking, it can stand right next to Frasier. It can stand right next to Friends. It can stand right next to Seinfeld. That like 2 through 6, 2 through 7-ish.
I mean, it really can. Frasier as a character is one of the best characters ever. Niles is one of the funniest characters I've ever seen on any TV show. If you get on YouTube, you can watch clips that people have made of Niles just being ridiculous, and it'll be a 10-minute video of just clips that somebody has put together of Niles being crazy. Man,
we're giving way too much credit to Niles though, because Frasier himself is just hilarious.
Yeah.
Just anytime he yells, anytime he tells somebody to get out, I'm dying to just get out. You know,
it's
so
everybody's
good.
Great. Roz, Bulldog, so Daphne, Eddie the dog. He's amazing. You know.
Let's move on. We got to talk about our number 3 pick here, which is
this one. You have all the credit for.
I had to fight for probably my favorite sitcom of all time is Community. Yeah. I think it's one of those shows that was greatly influenced by like shows like Arrested Development, and you know where all the humor just becomes very self-referential, very, you know what I mean, and you know they use this term all the time on the show, but meta, you know what I mean?
They do, yeah. They're very good at making fun of themselves on Community and realizing that they're a show.
It's like they make fun of themselves, but simultaneously make fun of everyone else. For you know, the jokes are so inward.
It feels so ahead of its time.
Yeah, it's
like it just feels like
I don't think there's ever a time when it would fit because it's just that good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's like a little
the creator Dan Harmon actually works on Rick and Morty now. Yeah. And so if you're watching Rick and Morty, it's like, you know, this is the hugest cartoon that's happening right now. And it's like, well, go back and watch Community.
Yeah, because it's the same
self-referential. There's almost this like kind of quiet depression that happens in sometimes, and the humor's outrageous. The
Community
show is so unique.
I'm with you. Community is one of my favorite shows. I watched it all the way through. Here's the thing with Community. When it was on, I didn't even know about it. I didn't know about it until it was over, and he had to beg me. Literally for years, you were begging me, watch Community, please. I don't know why. It just didn't spark my interest.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, one day I was like, okay, I'm going to watch Community. I watched the first episode, and I remember I called him, and I said, dude, I'm in. I get it.
Yeah.
I watched the whole series in a matter of a few short months. And
I don't even think it took you months.
I don't even think it took months.
Like a month.
It might have been a month. And what is it, on Netflix or Hulu? It's
on Hulu. It's on Hulu.
So if you've never watched Community, give the first episode a shot. And you'll be just like me, and you'll say, and it's the same with Frasier. Give the first episode a shot, and you'll say, man, what was I doing?
Yeah.
And that was Community for me. And I watched the whole thing, and then
I have to talk about the cast a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's Donald Glover, who is like one of the biggest actors happening right now. And
and then of course,
and one of the
Gambino.
biggest musicians. Of and you just get to see him be just so hilarious and just see how special this dude is, and you get him for like 5 seasons, and it's just
what's the main guy? Joel McHale, is that his name?
Joel McHale, yeah.
I love Joel McHale, and he's got a show on Netflix called The Joel McHale Show.
Yeah, with Joel McHale.
With Joel McHale, which is
hilarious.
Hilarious. Yeah, God, and there's a different theme song. There's a different end credit theme song for every episode. What was the one where he's got the black thing on his finger?
I don't know.
Oh man, but let's talk about here.
And then there's Alison Brie, who I'm a huge fan of. She's on Glow,
and which is another Netflix
unbelievable.
success.
I'm obsessed with Glow because it combines Alison Brie with 80s wrestling, and it's amazing.
Dude, Glow's become one of my favorite shows like that.
Yeah, me too. I just bought a print actually today.
You bought that?
I went and picked it up.
Okay, you didn't tell me that.
Yeah, I didn't tell you that.
So we're gonna. All right, that was our top 3 shows. We got Seinfeld, Frasier, Community.
I gotta throw in Gillian Jacobs though, because she's so amazing. I love Britta.
I love her too.
She probably at some point becomes my favorite character on the show.
I love the whole
because
she's
cast. Just so hilarious. I don't
know.
I have to talk
the
about
actor
Britta.
Who plays Dean. I don't know, or the Dean.
Oh, Jim Rash.
Okay, he's amazing.
Oh my God, he's
so funny when he's on the green screen and his face is the moon singing "Kiss from a Rose" by Seal. That's the best thing I've ever experienced. That's like
I hate myself right now for not remembering the actor's name who plays Abed, but I want to give all of them so much credit because they're so good.
Okay, so we're getting a little too long with this video. That's our top 3, and Josh wants to give a special shout out to a new show that doesn't necessarily fit in our top 3 shows of all time. But we have one more show that we do want to talk about.
Oh, man. Okay, so we kind of do need to talk about this because I wanted to talk about it this week because it premiered this week.
Yeah.
My favorite current comic book is a book called Deadly Class.
And The Lion of Wall Street went on tour just a few months ago, and we named our tour King's Dominion Tour.
Which is the school that they attend in the comic book.
Yeah.
It's called King's Dominion, and it is basically a school where they train assassins. The children of like
the students
of like different mobs or whatever, So you have like students that are from the Yakuza and the Mexican cartel and the KGB and kind of like white nationalist groups and all these different students that have to all be in one school at the same time, which I think is just kind of like weirdly kind of speaks to the kind of current climate that we're in, where everybody's just kind of so open about where they stand and everything to some extent, and we all just have to sit right next to each other, and it just makes this incredible comic book, and they just premiered the television show this week.
Deadly Class is Josh's thing. He's the comic book. How do I say? I don't want to say the comic book guy, but he's the one that's into Deadly Class. I have yet to read it. And I've also yet to see the show because it's so new.
I hate myself for doing this, but I wrote down I was watching it and I was keeping like mental notes on the soundtrack because it was just so great.
You listed it. You told me about it earlier.
I hate myself that I'm going to grab my phone. I have to
grab your phone.
I have to do this because
grab your phone.
I have to read this insane.
So this might be slight spoiler alert happening here, but we're going to go over the soundtrack on episode 1, and that's about it.
The pilot soundtrack for Deadly Class. Depeche Mode, Behind the Wheel. Agent Orange, Too Young to Die. The Cure, The Holy Hour. Killing Joke, 80s, which I don't know if you've ever heard Killing Joke, they're amazing. The Sisters of Mercy, Dominion. Descendants, Bikeage. I mean, my God.
When we did that punk rock, we did a punk rock karaoke thing, and we were on tour. We played a show in Las Vegas, and then I'm from Las Vegas, so I had a friend, and she ended up working at some
story. I feel like we shouldn't waste it right now.
Well, I'm already in the middle of it. So we ended up playing at this club, and they did this punk rock karaoke thing, and it was members of NoFX, Social Distortion, Bad Religion, and they play a band, and you'd pick a song, and you got to sing it with them, which was just the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
And Bikeage was on the list.
Yeah.
So that when you said Bikeage, it sparked that with it. We both did. I did Minor Threat by Minor Threat, which we were doing on that tour.
Yeah, weirdly enough.
We were coming
and I did
you did
I did Misfits
Bullet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. I'm sorry.
And I finished the set.
You were the last. Okay.
I was the last. Yeah. So, anyways, New Order, Elegia, and The Damned, Melody Lee, which is just an incredible song. I really am not that familiar with The Damned. You feel bad, you want to check out all these classics, but it's hard.
We saw The Damned at Fun Fest.
Okay.
Yeah, we saw The Damned at Fun, but on like full disclosure, we left in the middle of the set.
Yeah, we did.
They were the headliner. It was 1 a.m. or whatever time it was.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was that late because it was Austin. It was outdoors. I guess it was probably more like 10 o'clock. But I remember we left. We had something going on. We left.
But I remember it's kind of like the ending song. I want to say. And I was just sitting here like, oh my god, this song's amazing.
I love The Damned.
So, go and check out Deadly Class. Go read the comic. Yeah. Go check out the new show.
Watch Frasier.
If
you're watching this, you've probably never seen Frasier.
All I want to say is that I want people to comment. I want to start some discussions.
We want to start a thread here.
That's the whole idea behind this show.
All right.
Talking.
Let's kill it here. This was Evil Things. I'm Tim This That.
And I'm Josh J. Hawk Hawkins. Oh, you want me to say yo yo?
I want you to say it.
All right, yo yo. Enjoy the show.